This has been recommended multiple times. It's Joey Diaz, Sister Hyacinth. This is not happening. Joey Diaz has been recommended to me before. The one about I think it's called one-legged prostitute or one-legged, I can't remember, something about someone with one leg or something like that. And I haven't watched it yet. I mean, I clicked on the video initially a few weeks back just to sort of see like what the video looked like. And he starts off and he's like, yeah, he's like, he likes to drop some bombs, okay? So I was like, I don't think I'm really in the mood for that right now. I'll watch some other stuff. And then someone recommended this. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll go ahead and check it out now. Trying to watch some different people, you know, like I said, kind of scatter my content with, not scatter my content, but, you know, mix it up with different people. So I have never really been exposed to him much beyond that very brief, you know, exposure that I got when I clicked on the other video just for a few seconds. So, I don't know what I'm getting into. I mean, I sort of have an idea based on my brief exposure to him, but I don't really know as far as how funny he really is. And I don't know anything about this story that he's going to be telling. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this and see what happens.
I got a 3-year-old, you know? And I look at her, she's beautiful. I look at her and I'm like, you know, when she gets older, I don't think I'll have the heart to fucking smack her to discipline her. You know what I'm saying? Like I throw like a sneaker at the cat from time to time and shit like that. When I look at my daughter, I don't have the heart. Like I look at her, like, I could probably punish her and send her to a room, but can I fucking hit her? Nah. Like I don't think I have the balls to do it. But they always say that if you grew up in a house that you got fucked up at, that you'll probably have a house that you fuck people up at, you know, like if you're a parent.
It's true.
And I'll tell you what, I grew up in the 70s. My mom fucked me up, okay? My mom fucked me up. Not like fuck, it was a controlled beating, okay? Let's get this shit straight. Everybody in this room got a controlled beating at one time. That means you're not gonna fucking die, okay? You're gonna get a couple punches to the head, you'll go down, and in 2 days you get a doll. No big fucking deal.
That's a controlled beating.
That's a controlled fucking beat, all right? You're not gonna die, you know?
Okay.
And when I was a kid, you know, I used to bust my mom's balls, and you know, she's Cuban and a single mom, and she would lose her temper from time to time. And you know, you get like my mom would hit me with like the straight punch to the head, the fucking overhead right. In Spanish, it's called un avión. It means a fucking airplane.
Yeah, an airplane.
And then they had like different names for them. Then they have like the fucking el galletazo. That's the bitch slap. Oh. You know, that's the Stockton slap, right? And then my mom had the backhand, the tapaboca. That's just to throw you off, to open you. Yeah. It opens you up for a sidekick to the body, right? That's what that does. You're like, bam! No, so you get kicked and shit. So I took a beat. Listen, my mom threw a beating on me one time on 86th Street when I was like 6, because I wouldn't get off a mule in front of 8. There's a bank on 86th and Broadway, and there was a mule, some fucking dude with a mule, and you give him like $3, and he put a cowboy hat on you and let you get on the fucking mule with a vest and shit. And I wouldn't get off the mule, and my mother beat the fuck out of me with the purse. That was a good one, like a live appearance type beat. You don't get those. But that was it. Like, as I got old, I never really got hit. My mom was single. My mom would always tell me, don't ever let nobody touch your face. A real man doesn't let nobody touch their face. Don't let nobody fucking touch your face. So, being Cuban, I was also Catholic. So my mom would scare me with the nuns. She'd go, if you fuck up, I'm going to send you to school, and those nuns will fuck you up. Well, after torturing my mom for a few years, she said, fuck it. I'm putting you in Catholic school. I'll let the nuns deal with you. And I think my mom knew the nuns were going to fuck me up. She just didn't want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, they're going to fuck you up, but I don't want to know about it. So it was one of those schools, Sacred Heart School for boys. You went on Sunday and you came home on Thursdays. And the nuns were complete fucking douchebags. I mean, complete douchebags. And I'm not lying. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. It's the truth. They were fucking, I think about it now, 30 years later, and it really was mild abuse. It was very mild. I could have dialed 911 on those bitches. But, you know, nobody would have listened to my cries. You understand me? They say nuns don't whatever. So there was this one nun, Sister Anna. There was Sister Marie. There was Sister Hyacinth. And there was Sister Sister Patricia. Sister fucking Hyacinth was the most evil person that ever walked the fucking face of the earth. They didn't hit me at that school because I was a bad person. They used to hit me because I didn't like milk. Till this fucking day. Listen, till this day I fucking hate milk, okay? I'm not allergic to it. I just don't fucking like it. That's it. A milkshake, completely fucking different. I'll drink 10 of those motherfuckers. But milk plain out of a bottle, I don't like that shit. It smells like dick. I don't fucking like it. That's it. I never fucking liked it. I don't like broccoli then. I don't like it now. I don't give a fuck. I don't like it. But they would abuse me. If I didn't drink the milk, they'd put it on my head and then bitch slap me like 3 fucking times. And then when I went down, she hit me with the tray of food. These people were fucking savages. And this one fucking nun, Sister Hyacinth, she's New Jersey. She looked just like Governor Christie, all fucked up. She was like 5'2", 310. The bitch didn't fuck around. And if you look at a nun, they have a fucking ring of Jesus. They're married to Jesus. No. And before she'd hit you, she'd turn it around. And that's how they fucking cut you and shit like that. No, these nuns don't fuck around, guys. This is real old school fucking Catholicism. And no, I wasn't molested. I was an ugly kid that didn't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you. I was an altar boy, but I never hung out. Fuck you. I don't want to play cards, and I don't want no hard ice cream, cocksucker. I'm a Carvel motherfucker anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Carvel motherfucker. Fuck that hard ice cream, bitch. Fuck you think you're dealing with? I got morals, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm in the fucking 5th grade. I'd been there for like 3 years. Not in the fucking 5th grade. Like I had been at the school for fucking 3 years. I started in the 3rd grade.
Okay. All right. Number one, I've been advised to pause this a couple times because copyright. However, I must say I don't think that's really going to make a difference if they're gonna want to go after it or block it or whatever. It's going to happen because I've stopped videos before, sometimes just to talk about it, and sometimes thinking that maybe that would make a difference. It doesn't really. But one of the reasons I stopped it was also I'm very distracted by that thing on his face. I'm sitting there wondering if it's like skin cancer or something. Okay, moving on.
And I stayed there till the 5th. But there was a reason why. And I didn't know until I was like 30. I wanted to make my confirmation. I'm like, why am I making my confirmation at 30? And I remembered this story. This is why. Because in the 5th grade, I couldn't take it no more. Now my dad died when I was 3. So my mom at the time put me in kung fu, like karate with the brothers, these black motherfuckers on 90th Street. And they would teach you like ghetto karate, like fucking judo and shit. I was out of my mind. Between that and Bruce Lee, I was ready to kill a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And Bruce Lee had died, and I was all fucked up in the head. My dad had died. And between the pain and the fucking low self-esteem and the anger, I was boiling inside. And one day I'm in the fucking Catholic school. There are these 2 little twins. They're like half Momos, Raphael and Nino. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking crying. I'm like, what are you crying for? They go, Sister Hyacinth, my mommy's having a baby, and Sister Hyacinth won't let us call the hospital. I'm like, not for nothing. Jesus don't pay for these fucking lights. Your mom and dad do. Get up. Just go call your fucking mom. It's an emergency. And the nun, Sister Hyacinth, heard us, and she goes, really, all 3 of you, go outside and wait. Now, when the nun told you to wait outside the class, that means you were getting a fucking beating. Like you're getting the shit knocked out of you, all right? So the bell rings.
Oh, he throws water cap.
The bell rings. She comes out and she goes, so what did you 3 guys, what were you talking about? And there were the 2 twins. She took the one twin first, smacked the fuck out of him like 15 times. He went down. She went to grab me, and I'm like, I looked at the twin. I'm like, that's your brother. Get in there, motherfucker, right? Why am I fighting for you? Get in there, you fuck. She grabbed him, fucked his world up. And then she grabbed me and started bitch slapping me. But I kept thinking about my mom. I got sick and tired of this motherfucker hit me every time I wouldn't drink my milk. And I was about to snap. So I put my hands up. And she's biting her tongue. I'll never forget this going, put your hands down. Put your hands down. I'm like, fuck you. You got to work for it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't putting shit down. She's hitting me in the fucking temple. This bitch is fucking me up. So finally she goes, you're not going to put your hands down? Get in the utility closet. That's basically where they fucking killed you, right there. They just fucking killed you. Then they called your mother and said he died of a pneumonia. And that was it. Creepy motherfuckers, those Catholics. I'm telling you right now. I look behind the curtain. They're creepy motherfuckers. So she says, get in the utility closet. That's where they had like the books and the fucking protractors and all that shit. So we get in there, and she fucking doesn't even slam the door, guys. She just fucking japs me right in the fucking mouth like a tapaloca, and I feel the blood, but I put my hands up, and she's like, don't you ever tell me. And she's just smacking me, guys. She's just going at it. Bam, bam. And she had elbows. She had kicks. This is way before UFC Unleashed. This bitch is going off. She's kicking my legs to lower my hands, and she's smacking me. I'll tell you what, guys. I was fucking pissed. I couldn't believe this lady was doing this to me. And at one point, I'm gonna fucking take this bitch out. I'm just gonna take this motherfucker out. I don't give a fuck. But if I go for her, I gotta fucking go for it.
Right.
Because she's 320. You follow me? I'm like 100 with a crucifix in my pocket. If I go for it, I gotta go for this motherfucker. So finally, she's like, put your hands down. I wouldn't put them down, but I started tasting the blood in my mouth. And I started fucking losing it. And something just made me go, I'm gonna go for this motherfucker. But I'm gonna grab her by the ears, and I grabbed her by the veil, because that's where all the magic powers are, right? I grabbed her by the fucking veil, and I'm like, don't you ever fucking hit me again, you cocksucker. I hate you. And I'm just crying. This is 7 years of anger and pain. I miss my father. What's going on in my house? I just grabbed and I kept banging her fucking head. I don't give a fuck. You fuck. And I know. A lot of you motherfuckers like, Joey, you can't hit a woman. She's a fucking nun. Big fucking difference, okay? Big fucking difference. She don't suck no cock. They don't take it in the ass. These motherfuckers are angry, all right? They don't eat no pussy. They just walk around with a fucking black suit on. Something's gotta be done. That's fucked up. You gotta eat something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta eat something. You're walking around like somebody died. Yeah. You're fucking pussy. That's what died. So I got her by the fucking ears now, and I ain't letting go because I know she's gonna fuck my world up. And I'm pounding. Now the black dudes, they taught me judo too. So I went to give her like a hip throw. But she's 320, I couldn't do it. No. So I just settled on a headlock, and I'm grabbing her by the fucking head, and I'm squeezing it. She's going, you're gonna go to hell. And I'm like, so the fuck are you, motherfucker. And I'm squeezing her fucking head. Fuck you. Oh, geez. And like it was a little mafia kid. Thank God for fucking Italian people. Thank God for fucking Italian people. They don't give a fuck about the rules or nothing. This guy's like, what's going on? I go, this bitch tried to kill me. And he's like, fuck this bitch. He took her arm and he twisted this motherfucker. I got in a headlock. This little 8-year-old's twisting the fucking arm. And she's like, ah! And we don't give a fuck. The other nuns are around. But let me tell you what happened. Now the door was open. There's a bunch of kids. And they're yelling, Coke, go, Coke, go, Coke, go. Now I gotta kill her. You understand me? There ain't no turning fucking back.
Hope it broke.
So we take her out of the utility closet. They're yelling. Call the police. I'm like, call the police. I'm fucking bleeding. I don't give a fuck. Call the cops. We're twisting. The other kids are coming over. They're kicking her and shit. It's for Puerto Ricans too. They don't give a fuck either. A couple Roberto Clemente motherfuckers kicking her
Oh, the picture is
so I don't know
painting
nothing.
in my head.
I don't fucking know nothing. They call the police. The kids are clapping. It's fucking crazy. We're taking over the whole fucking hallway. And I go, fuck it. Let's call my mother. So we dragged this nun in a half-arm bar and a headlock. And we took her shoes off. I don't know why till today. She had no big fucking fat feet with no nail polish and shit. We took the feet out from under her and just dragged her. Her head was turning red. And one of the Puerto Ricans called the nun and put it to my ear. And I told my mom, Mima, la monja me dio. That means the nun hit me. Let me tell you something. Kearney, New Jersey is about 22 minutes from Union City, New Jersey. My mother made it in 8 minutes. She shows up with 8 Puerto Ricans and a Santeria priest with a live chicken. You understand? That's when shit goes down, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
So they finally got me off the fuck. Her hair's fucked up, the veil's off. My mom's telling her, you want to hit my son? You got to get fucked in the ass and have your own kid and all this shit. I'm loving it. My mom got my back and shit.
That's funny.
So now we're sitting down, people holding on to their heads. The priest in the room, the principal, and they tell my mom, he's out. Him and his other fucking cohorts, like 8 of us, they're fucking out of here. And my mom's listening to this. She's got half a bag on. She's a little drunk and shit. And she's like, he ain't going fucking nowhere. And they're like, no, he's got to go. He's out of here. Then listen, when I was growing up, there was this Jew bookie in the neighborhood, tremendous. Let me tell you something. Thank God for Jewish people. All right, this motherfucker was a bookie. But in the early 70s, if you beat him for like 2,000 or 3,000, he would show up at your house with $500 bills. And he'd say to you, you want me to pay you? I'll pay you, but I got to give you 500s. Let it roll till next week. Then the next week, he got you. You follow me? So he always had your fucking money. He would just lie to you that he had $500 bills. Who the fuck is a $500 bill? People would believe it. That's an old Jew trick right there. Let me tell you what you gotta learn. You gotta fucking learn, cocksuckers. He goes to throw my mom out. My mom goes, listen, he ain't going nowhere, or I want my deposit back in 5s. That's an old Jew trick, too. It blew their mind. 5s? We don't have no fucking 5s till Sunday. Then my fucking son stays, motherfuckers, okay? And they let me graduate, they let me finish out the year. But you know what? A nun never fucking hit me again.
I bet.
That's my story. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay, that's done. Or okay, I was about to say already. Oh, look, he looks quite different here. Wow. I mean, I don't know why, but he looks different there. I was quite distracted by the thing on his neck. Maybe it was just a Band-Aid. I noticed little things like that. Anyway, well, that was a crazy story. And I'll tell you what, that's actually really awful. Not that he beat up the nun. She deserved it, as far as I'm concerned. But that's pretty, I mean, and I know that is how it was. You know, it's not so much now, I don't think, as far as in Catholic schools, but I know that was a thing. I mean, heck, it was a thing in other schools too, like public schools with the paddlings and things like that. But I know that I was never in Catholic school, but, you know, through the course of years, the things that I have read about that, I know that it was fairly common that they would be physically abusive to the students. A lot of the students there, sounds like, you know, also mental, emotional abuse going on. And, you know, it was a time when things like that were just kind of accepted. And it's unfortunate because I think that sort of thing can damage kids pretty badly. Well, especially if it's their own parent doing it. And it sounded like he got plenty of that from his own mom. But anyway, yeah, this is it's a funny story, but it's also kind of awful and sad at the same time. But the picture that he's painting of these kids ganging up on that nun is so funny. I would love to have been a fly on the wall when that happened. Wouldn't that be hilarious to see? That would be pretty dang funny. I mean, maybe it wouldn't seem funny at the time when you're watching it play out, but I don't know. To me, it seems like it'd be pretty funny. The little kids gang. I mean, you know what kind of came into my mind actually when I was listening to this was Children of the Corn or something like that. You know, these creepy ass kids doing these things. But in this particular story, the kids were not the bad guys. I thought of them kicking her. Like, that is so funny. Why the heck did they take her shoes off? Like, what in the world? Anyway, well, that was entertaining. I don't know yet when I'll get around to the other one that was recommended. I don't know. Also, if this thing here, Box of Soul, I don't know if that's, you know, funny or worth watching either. I will check out more of his stuff. I just am not sure when I'll get around to it. Like I said, I'm trying to rotate, and he was funny, but his humor's definitely more on the crass side. But you know what? A lot of the people that I've been watching, they're kind of that way, and some of the material when it's presented that way, sometimes it feels different than like okay, I'm biased. It doesn't feel quite the same as, like, let's say when Bill Burr is dropping F-bombs all over the place as when this guy is. And I don't know why the difference. I don't know if it's just the demeanor and the thing is, and I can't say it's because I don't agree with the stuff he talks about, because I actually do agree with him. I have a feeling I probably agree with him about, you know, a few things. But I don't have enough exposure to him to know for sure. That's irrelevant to this. But what I'm trying to say is, it's funny. He's funny. He's not up there right now with my favorites as far as, the top ones that I like. I think so far my favorites. Well, obviously we all know that it's Bill Burr, and then I also really like Steve Hughes, and I recently did a reaction to, oh gosh, I think his name's Billy Connolly, the guy from like Scotland or Ireland or something. He's pretty funny. I like his humor. And I have liked all of the people that I've been exposed to, but some I like more than others. He's not up there yet with, as far as, right up there towards the top, but I will absolutely be checking out more of his stuff. I just don't, like I said, I just don't know when. We'll see. I'll get around to it at some point. If you guys have other bits of his that you think are worth checking out, let me know, and I will add them to my extremely long list of comedians that I'm going to watch. So, I can't promise when I'll get to it, but I always, any recommendations that I see, if I see it and I'm in a position where I can actually, okay, I don't have any food. If I see it and I'm in a position to where I can actually, write it down or save it somewhere, I do save. What are you doing? I do save pretty much every recommendation that I see. So, yes. Okay. Well, I don't really have a lot of like deep thoughts about this other than what I've already said. It was pretty funny, that story, and I'm glad that they gave back to her what she gave, and I hope she never laid hands on another kid again. I'm curious now to find out what happened to her. All right. Okay, guys. That's it for now. Later.